One last thing, as you mentioned, seeing bear over on your social media, I'm just curious, again, having a young daughter and navigating that whole world. Um, what is it? Was it a decision for you when you decided to share so much of bear at a young age? Was that something you contemplated how you go about navigating that, or was it right away you knew you wanted to put him out there and share the lifestyle you guys live together?
It's complicated because for sure, prior to having a child, like, I didn't want I don't I have paparazzi follow me all the time, and that was just my life. It's always been that way, and they go through moods. There was a period, I don't know, a few months ago where they were following me every day. And I was like, it's just the same thing. We're just walking again. And it was just every day following and taking pictures and reporting it. Like she's on a walk. And it was every day. And that's my life. And so I knew that when I had a child, this was the first taste I had of it. I was pregnant, I gave birth, and they parked their cars, like 7 cars were outside my door for 7 weeks. They did not leave. 7 weeks of essential stalking. I could not leave. I wasn't going to leave anyway, and that's what they didn't know. They were waiting there, and I was like, "Their problem. I'm not leaving." And, they stayed out there because they were waiting for a photo of me and Bear, and that's what they do. They do that to everyone, I'm sure. But I knew that that would be such a stressful, crazy, chaotic experience to have with my child as the first thing. So what I did and what I was shown, people told me how to do this who have been here before. They said, you put out the first picture. So if you put out the first picture, they'll all drive away. And sure enough, so whereas 5 weeks old, we do a photo shoot to take this picture. We release it a few weeks later and all the cars drive away. So what I realized in that moment, this experiment, is that if I post pictures of Bear that I can control, that show what I love, and help the world, you know, am I showing, I'm showing people that a beautiful, healthy, amazing little kid exists. And there are many of them who are eating a plant based diet and living a righteous, healing, responsible lifestyle. And I think that's important. So it's an act, it's a choice for activism. Do I want to respect his privacy? Yes. And so I would, when Bear says no camera, no camera. If and I don't even pull out the camera that often, to be honest. It might appear that way, but in general, I don't. Um, but but if at any point he feels remotely uncomfortable, I will stop it immediately. But he really has told me over and over again how much he appreciates telling. He wants to help. He knows what's happening in the world, and he wants to help. So I think he just did the voice. Someone just asked him to do a voiceover for Mercy for Animals, talking about uh, what happens to the animals, the little baby chickens. And I asked him, "Do you want to do this?" They're not asking me; they're asking you. Do you want to do this? He said, "I do," and so he did it. And so yes, I think ultimately it has made my life less chaotic and less stressful for him, because when we were walking at the farmers market and he was about, I don't know how old he was, maybe 3 or 4, a swarm of photographers were on me, and it's very scary, and I'm trying to hold my baby and get to the car as quickly as I can. He's not a baby, he's like 3 or 4, but he's big. I'm holding him in my arms and I've got bags, and it's just scary and stressful. And he didn't know yet. He'd seen cameras before around me, tons, because obviously they still follow you, but they do it less. So he looked at me and he said, "Mommy, why are they trying to take pictures of us?" Like, he didn't understand yet. And so I think by exposing him a little bit in such healthy, life affirming ways that can help this world, I think it has minimized some of the chaos that comes with being a famous person.